Bible tells us to give, but the Bible has never told us to overgive. In this video, I will tell you how to draw the line between being kind and overgiving. Hello Lilas fam, welcome to Let Your Light So Shine. My name is Monica and I'm glad to bring this video to you. There's a thin line between overspending or overgiving and being kind. In this video, I'll tell you how to draw the line between giving more than what you should and being kind. My passage for today is Matthew 25 verses 1 to 13. Please get your Bibles and let's look at this passage together. Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. Now 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Those who were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. But while the bridegroom was delayed, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight a cry was heard, "Behold, the bridegroom is coming, go out to meet him." Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." But the wise answered, saying, "No, lest there should not be enough for us and you. But go rather to those who sell and buy for yourselves." And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding, and the door was shut. Afterward the other virgins came also, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us." But he answered and said, "Assuredly I say to you, I do not know you. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man is coming." Okay, so that is the passage. This passage is a multifaceted one. It's one that I can take from so many angles. One angle from which I can take it is to prepare your hearts and prepare your lifestyle for whenever Jesus comes on Judgment Day. Now, another angle from which I can take it is to be prepared, is to be ready for whatever is coming. That's the angle I'll be taking it from today. Today, I want to look at this passage from not just a religious aspect, but a financial aspect. I'm looking at it as two sets of people. Some people who were prepared and others who were not prepared. I'm looking at this passage from knowing when to give and when to withhold from giving. It sounds ironical because this is a biblical passage and we are told over and over and over again in the Bible that we should give, that we should love our neighbor as ourselves, and that we should be generous. But like I said in the beginning of this video, the Bible never told us to overgive. The Bible never told us to overextend ourselves and our finances. These 5 wise virgins were those who were on the same level with the 5 foolish virgins, except for one thing. And that one thing was the reserve that they kept for themselves. That one thing was the extra oil that they took with themselves. The Bible describes all 10 as virgins. It means that they were people of good reputation, so to say. It means that they were on similar footing. And they were also there for the same mission, which was to meet the bridegroom. So these are people with similar backgrounds and similar behaviors who are here for a similar mission. Unfortunately, they took the mission in different ways. The 5 foolish virgins came unprepared. They came unprepared for emergencies. They came unprepared for unforetold or unseen incidents. They did not prepare for incidentals or things that could crop up. Unlike the 5 wise virgins who prepared for anything, they were ready to be there until they got what they wanted. They were women on a mission and they were going to see that mission through. That now makes us look at them in a different light. Even though they all started on the same footing, even though they were all there for the same purpose, they did not come with the same mindsets. The 5 wise virgins came with a mindset of, I'm here for something, and until I accomplish it, I will not leave. Therefore, I will bring everything that I need, everything that it takes to accomplish what I want. And the 5 foolish virgins came like, we are the guests. We are the special people expected. We are the VVIPs. And they came there thinking that as soon as they showed up, the bridegroom should also show up. What they did not realize was that they were the ones to attend to the bridegroom. The bridegroom was the VVIP, and you don't tell a VVIP when to show up. The VVIP shows up and you go with the flow. You're the one who has to do the waiting, not the VVIP. And so the bridegroom came when he chose to come. He came because he had the prerogative to choose when to come. Unfortunately, the 5 foolish virgins were not ready for whenever the bridegroom came. They did not bring what they needed. They did not bring their extra oil. They did not prepare for incidentals and things that they did not see coming. And that made them ask the 5 wise virgins to give them some of the things they had prepared for their own incidentals. And what did those virgins say? The 5 wise virgins said, no. If not, we are going to run out of stuff too, and we will all be kicked out because now nobody will have the extra oil for the extra time and the extra mile. And so they said no to the virgins and said, go and get your own oil. Go and get your own stuff. Go and get what you need for your own emergency, because your emergency will not all of a sudden become my emergency. There are so many lessons to be learned from this passage. The first lesson that you can learn here is that you should prepare for emergencies. You never can tell what's going to happen. If you're going somewhere and it looks like it's sunny all of a sudden, you never can tell when it's going to rain, especially if you're in the rainy season. So why not go with an umbrella? Why not make sure that you don't get wet along the way? Why not prepare adequately for incidents that you could not imagine that could just pop up at any time? The second lesson that you have to learn here is to know where to draw the boundaries. Know where to say no and stick to your no. The 5 wise virgins said no, and they stuck to their no. They insisted that they would not share their oil with the 5 foolish virgins because they knew that they did not want to be in that same situation that the 5 foolish virgins found themselves in. They knew that that was why they prepared adequately. That was why they carried the extra oil, in order to prevent themselves from being in that same situation that the other virgins found themselves in. And that also means that you need to know where to give and where to withhold from giving. So many of us give so much so that we become depleted and now in need of assistance. You give so much so that you give your life savings away. You give your investments away. You even borrow to give people who are asking you to lend to them. You don't have it, you don't have it. And instead of saying, I don't have it, I'm sorry, I wish I could help, but I don't have what it takes, you go out of your way and you borrow to help someone else. And that now leaves you in debt. And so you now become a debtor who is trying to help another debtor. That is funny, isn't it? But it's what many of us do. We need to know where to draw the line between giving and overextending ourselves. There is a fine line between giving, being kind, and when you're doing way too much for other people. The first thing you need to know is that you need to ask yourself, if I give this thing, will I be in lack? Will I be in deficit? Will I be in this same situation with this other person? Will I now become somebody who needs that same help I just extended to someone else? If that is the situation, if you're going to end up having to beg or having to borrow, then you cannot afford to give out that thing to that person at that point in time. That is the truth. That is the honest truth. You cannot afford it. There are times when you can afford to be kind, and there are times when you cannot afford to be kind. And I think we need to come to that conclusion. We need to come to that realization that you don't have what it takes to be kind in certain situations. That there are times when you can give and it will not affect you adversely. But there are other times where as soon as you give, you now become the person who needs that same help that you just gave someone else. And so you must be accountable to yourself. You must have financial responsibility to yourself. You must ask yourself, am I loving my neighbor as myself? The Bible did not say love your neighbor more than you love yourself, because it's not realistic, because it's not sustainable, because it will only make you resentful. The Bible says love your neighbor as yourself. And so, do you love yourself enough to keep those funds, that little fund that you have, that little extra oil that you have for yourself? Do you love yourself enough to keep it? Or are you giving it out and over-loving your neighbor while you deprive yourself of what you need, while you deprive yourself of your little extra oil? The second thing you need to know is that you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to your family. You have a responsibility to your spouse. You have a responsibility to your children to provide for them. And you must provide for them. You must take care of your family. Not about giving to people outside and looking good or having people hail you and salute you as such a generous person. Can your family say the same about you? Can your family say that you are a good provider? Can your family say that they come first and you provide for them as you should? You must put family first. Charity begins at home. Charity begins within the four walls of your home. Charity begins in your family. If you do not give your family, if you don't take care of your family, if you don't do your responsibility towards your spouse, your children, your parents, your family members, there is nothing you can do outside that will give you so much satisfaction as taking care of your own. Take care of your own first. And the third thing you need to know is that you must have an overflow before you can give. You must have extra before you can give. You don't give people from the little that you have that you're using to survive. It's not realistic. It doesn't even make sense. You have to give when you have enough. When your cup is running over, that is where you can give from your overflow, from your saucer. That is what you give, and not from an empty cup, not from a depleted cup, not from a cup that even needs filling itself. You give from your excess, you give from your overflow, and that is how you can give without being resentful. That is how you can give without you yourself falling into lack or needing that same exact thing that you have just given out. Another thing you need to know apart from giving from your overflow is that you must have savings. You must have savings. There should be something that you keep. That is that extra oil that the 5 wise virgins kept. That was what they kept for their emergency. Do you have emergency funds, or are you giving from your emergency funds such that you are praying every day that your day-to-day finances do not crumble? Do you have a savings that you keep, and you keep it aside so much so that you say to yourself, I'm not touching this. This is for the rainy day, and I don't touch it unless there's a rainy day. You must learn to make sure that people's emergency do not become your emergency. Make sure that their problems don't become your problem because they did not invest, or they did not save, or they have been misspending their own funds because they have things that they want to buy and they cannot afford. They can't even afford their own lifestyle, and now their problems have become your emergency. You have to be careful. Otherwise, you're going to put yourself in the same problem that your friend has. And meanwhile, do you know that there are some friends who use you to enrich themselves, in the sense that they will take from you, knowing that they may never give you back that same thing, and they will go and buy something that will not give them return on investment. Maybe they want a designer bag. They will say, I'd rather keep my money to myself. Let me use this guy's money, or let me use this girl's money and go and buy that bag and look fly. And so you start funding your friends' expensive lifestyle. You start funding their expensive lifestyle that they cannot sustain. And then you become their meal ticket. They are now using you to buy things that they cannot afford. They keep their monies apart. They keep their money separate and ensure that they don't spend their cash because they understand the value of the extra oil. While you will use your own extra oil and fund their expensive lifestyle. You will fund their extravagant lifestyle. You will fund their desires that they cannot sustain. And then you will be in lack and start looking for someone to help you. You need to draw the line between overspending, overgiving, and being kind. Know when you can afford to be kind and when you cannot afford to be kind, and know where to draw the line. I hope that this video about the 10 virgins has taught you that this story is one that has so many tips that you can use in your day-to-day life, including in your finances. Please tell me what other tips you got from this video on how to better manage your finances, as well as how to prepare for the second coming of Jesus Christ. If you enjoyed watching this video, please drop a comment below. Also, if you would like to watch more Christian videos that bring much more than religious tips to you, that can help you in all the different facets of your life, please subscribe to this channel. Simply click the subscribe button and get subscribed to this channel today. It is completely free of charge. You don't have to pay anything to subscribe to this channel. So, click that subscribe button. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you'll be notified as soon as I update. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. Also, do not forget to share this video with everyone. We all need to manage our finances well and to draw the line between overgiving and being kind. Share this video so that people would know the difference between being kind and overextending themselves. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I hope you're having a very wonderful holiday. Keep watching my videos here on Let Your Light So Shine. I have a playlist in the description of this video. Go watch the videos on that playlist. Drop a comment on each of those videos and tell me how each of those videos have helped you. Thank you once more for giving me your time. Wherever you are, whatever you do, let your light so shine. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much.